Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'll try to keep it low because everyone is sleeping pretty late here right now, but I want to do a reaction video to this. This is post-wall feminist refuses to accept this fact. This is from a woman called Pearl Davis, if I got that right, just Pearl Clips, and I plan on doing more of these videos in terms of relationships, women, men, because I think this is one of the struggles that not only older people are facing. There's a lot of alone people, there's a lot of lonely people, and that just affects your quality of life a great deal. Not only that, there's a lot of lonely young people. I think that these days most young men and women are alone, and as they grow older and don't find someone suitable, it just keeps escalating and getting worse. And this does affect your quality of life. This does, believe it or not, being alone directly affects your survival. You will live less and you will be more unhappy when you are alone, when you're on your own. You're supposed to be with someone. This idea of what is it, Miley Cyrus, that sings like, I don't need anyone, I hold my own hand, and basically someone that is suffering from a mental breakdown. Well, that's not how it works. You're supposed to have someone that matters in your life, and if you're lucky enough, you will form a family, you will do what you were meant to do as a living being that is supposed to reproduce and thrive and go on, carrying your DNA or whatever. But that's what essentially you're supposed to do. Yet you cannot do that unless you find someone suitable, and that's becoming increasingly hard. Not my problem, not my case. I've been married happily for over 20 years. I do have children, though, that they keep on growing. They're getting older, and I'm actually a little bit worried because people don't know how to relate anymore. Guys don't know how to date. Women don't know how to date themselves. They don't know how to have relationships, solid, healthy, successful relationships with partners. And it's because of stuff like what this woman is talking about. Let's get to this.
And I'm just tired. I am just so tired of the simpery, and I'm tired of the whining.
Simpery? Is that like being a simp?
Now, this inspired a range of tweets. So if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, you should. It's Pearly Things.
Yeah, by the way, here's the website, and yeah, she has a few good videos. I haven't seen all of this stuff, but the stuff that I've seen is worth watching.
And I've been going hard. I really want to hit 500,000 tweets or 500,000 on Twitter this year. And so I've just been tweeting up a storm. There's stages of red pill. And the first stage of red pill is really realizing that women are not up to par. These are what the women...
The entire red pill thing, though, at least the stuff I've seen for men, it's a little bit like incel, kind of hateful towards women. Correct me if I'm wrong there in the comments section, but isn't like red pill like, oh, we realize that women are all like looking after something and horrible, and you have to be rich, super attractive, because if not, women don't like you. It's kind of like I'm again no expert on this stuff. I'm just trying to learn along the way. But isn't red pill like pretty damn bitter in terms of men? That's usually what I've seen, like the Andrew Tate kind of thing, like treating all women like whores and such. It's kind of messed up. And the red pill guys that I've seen, there's like red pill, blue pill, and what is it, that like black pill, and there's no hope. I mean, there's good men and women out there. Yes, it is. It seems to be increasingly hard to find them, but it doesn't mean it's impossible. Anyway.
And our grandmothers and mothers were raised to do and did, and we were not taught any of that. My generation was just left amok, okay? And then you start to realize that this simping is just crazy. And what I realized is women are really sensitive to aging. Whenever I tweet anything about women...
Yes, of course they are. I think we all are, but it's true that women are more sensitive because they are more directly affected by it. And yes, we are very much different, men and women. The thing with women is that they reach an age in which they will no longer be able to reproduce, and they become increasingly unattractive for a single guy. And because of the idiotic culture that we live in, you've been told all your life, especially now, no, you're just empowered. No, you're just growing old, and unless you got your ducks in a row, you have your shit together, you're expiring at an accelerated rate more so than men. Simply a biological fact.
Women looking uglier, yes, at an older age, all of the women lose their minds. Now, I want to tell you what started this thought. I had a tweet earlier this week talking about how, no, at 35, you cannot compete with 22-year-olds. And the reason I had that thought was I looked...
35. You can still look pretty damn hot at 35 if you're in shape, if you're already good looking, if you have a good DNA. You can be very, very attractive at 35. And I will tell you this. There's a lot of women that don't even look that good for being as young as they are. I mean, there's lots of very fucking fat 22-year-old women that, Jesus Christ, look after yourself a little bit more. You're not just going to be attractive simply because, oh, I'm just so young. Yeah, but if you're a land whale, it doesn't matter if you're 18, you're still horrible. And a fit 35-year-old will be far more attractive than you. Yes, but equally, all things being equal, yes, of course, the younger you are, the more market value I guess you have, especially if you are looking for a guy of your age or a younger man.
At the most beautiful 35-year-old women that I know. And I thought to myself, okay, their skin still sags, they still got light wrinkles, or they got a Botox forehead, either or, whatever, pick your poison. They have fake whitened teeth, like they've or maybe a fake BBL, whatever money they've put into staying attractive.
I understand what she's saying, because there's a lot of that, but I can tell you that you can be extremely attractive at 35 simply because, I mean, again, you have good DNA, you are naturally good looking and attractive, and you took care of yourself. Man, I can tell you there's women that are very attractive at 35, even at 40. And yes, of course, you were your best maybe at your 25 or so, give or take, right? 20s, early 20s, 25. Yeah, but I mean, if you do your part, you're not partying, drinking, whoring around, and just destroying yourself, you can extend that quite a bit as a woman. Guys, kind of like the same thing. The more you take care of yourself, the more... the better you'll go on looking. And usually it's the dad bod. I'm a dad. I definitely have I've had better years myself, but it's just an excuse. It's bullshit. Even at my age, I could do a whole lot more so as to be in much better shape and be better looking if I cared enough for it, right? So yes, the older you look, it's not going to be getting you any better, but there's just this thing of there's a lot you can do no matter how old you are, and it's not just about doing Botox. I mean, if you have all of that shit when you're 35, there's something really messed up. And yes, those fake teeth look like crap. Have real teeth, take good care of them, and it's a lot better than having a piece of plastic in your mouth.
I don't care. I'm not even hating on it. But my point is they spend all of this money. Fake boobs, the gym, whatever.
Not the same thing, lady. If you are in the gym, working out, eating healthy, staying in shape, all of that is natural. And trust me on this, men like natural. Men, real men, they will far favor a natural-looking woman, fit, thin, in good shape. And yes, of course, if she's attractive, even better, and young. But that's always going to be more attractive than any amount of fake boobs or fake lips or, dear God, fake ass. That's just sad and pathetic. And yeah, working out, going to the gym, that will definitely help you.
Only to not be able to compete with the 22-year-old, because I could go to a college campus and find women hotter. And it wouldn't be hard. It would be like half of the campus.
Yeah, some.
Then what they'll do is you see these coats. You see these like coats. Like they're like, not the younger women. And there's a couple copes that I really see. So cope number one, well, these women are sluttier than me. Really, Rebecca? You've had 15 years. and you think the 22-year-old's done more damage? Well, yeah. But it's the new generation. And I'm like, well, who raised that generation?
Maybe she's talking like a single, right? Like she's talking about like a single 35-year-old that's been, whoring around, and all of a sudden she's trying to compete with a young 20-something-year-old. Yeah, maybe she has a point there. Or yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it could be.
Okay, so first it's them trying to discredit their purity. So they'll be like, oh, well, they're sluttier. Okay. Then they'll say...
There's not a degree that at least men that I think are worth it, would be okay with. Oh, she's sluttier than this one. Oh, I'm okay with a least a slutty woman. Well, you're okay with a woman that is not a damn slut. I guess that's the high value man. I guess that's the way that you call it these days. The high value guy that will just not even get close to a slut or a whore, whatever it is. And doesn't matter if she's young, doesn't matter if she's attractive. And I can tell you very much this: even as a young guy with a good future ahead of you, you will not find a young, attractive slut worth your time. I mean, probably you have a few guys that will go for that, but that kind of guy is probably not the strong-will type of dude that is a high-value alpha dude that you like. That's basically been my experience growing up, and you just don't get close to whores, even though they're young, even though they are attractive. They're just whores, and you don't want to get involved with that. It's not just the disease. You just find it disgusting. Why would you? If you have something else to offer, you don't need the whore. And usually the woman that is attractive, that she has self-respect, she will not even be whoring around herself. She has no need to even do that. And she will find someone that is, on her same level. So they will eventually meet, probably marry, have a family, and be be okay finding someone similar to them, while the whores, both men and women, just keep on whoring around.
Well, I look better than them. And I'm like, really? Really? Do you? And it's like, okay, guys, there's exceptions. There's J-Lo. Okay, J-Lo is really hot. Yeah. But are you J-Lo? Really? Like, why as women do we have this sensitivity to aging? It's okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the end of the world. And I really just had this series of tweets where I talked about this. By your 30s, like, you're not supposed to be sexy anymore. Yes, I said it. Shoot the messenger. I don't care. Shoot the messenger. Because
Again, you can be super attractive at 30. It's not unheard of. It is actually quite common for a woman that is attractive when she's 20. She takes care of herself. She's going to be probably very attractive still when she's 30.
30s, you're supposed to have developed, wait for it, guys, character. Yes.
You can develop character before you're 30.
Yes. And, looks and looking sexy and all that. Guys, it just looks kind of sad in your 30s. It's sad. Like, this is delusion. Like, it's just...
Oh, or is she talking like Instagram, like showing your ass on Instagram and that sort of thing when you're 30? I mean, it's pathetic when you're 20 as well. It's not even it's not better just because you're younger. And the character you can develop no matter if you look better or worse. I mean, you can be very average looking or very attractive and have character or not. There's very attractive women that are lacking character when they're 20, 30, or 60.
It's embarrassing. Imagine being a wife and a mother, and all these women will tweet me their selfies like, please stop, put it away. I don't want to see it. And they're these OnlyFans, these old OnlyFans models are tweeting at me their
Oh, she's talking about whores, basically, right?
Nudes. And this is just exhausting and tiring. So I see a couple copes. Cope number 1 is, well, the younger women are sluttier. Cope number 2 is, well, the younger women are fatter. Well, I'm in better shape than these young women.
That is pretty valid.
And the men will still pick them over you. Sorry. Sorry. And then 3 as well. I have a...
No, for what? I mean, I've seen 20-year-olds that look just like a bag of whale lard, just awful. And if you have an attractive 30-year-old, probably, I mean, why would you? I mean, if you're a 20-something guy or a 30-something guy, you will probably go for the younger woman, but you will not settle for a fat young one. You will just look for a fit young one, right? If that's your age group, anything regarding that. And yes, it is true that 30 is kind of, I mean, you can still have, 30 is a little bit pushing it, but all day long, fit, reasonable, 30-year-old woman can still have a family. You will pick that all day long over the 20-year-old morbidly obese. Just being young does not is not the final solution to everything.
My personality is so much better. Is it? Is it really? Can we just... And what does that go back to? Narcissism. Yes, I am so special and amazing, and I need to argue with Pearl that I am hotter than the 22-year-olds, 25-year-olds. I just need to prove Pearl wrong. And then what do? They call Pearl ugly. Oh, well, Pearl, you look old. And?
I think I looked it up because she mentioned she's like 26 years old, so she's young. She does look a little bit older than that. I thought she was like 30 something. I don't think she's ugly, but yeah. Anyway, that sucks. If you're being told you're ugly, that is kind of petty and miserable. I don't think she's ugly. She does have a little bit of an older looking face for whatever reason. Some people are just like that. But man, she has a good head. And yeah.
And I would say the 22-year-olds are hotter. Calling me ugly doesn't make you any hotter, Diane.
She's not ugly. Let me know they're in the comments. Do you think she's ugly? Let me know in the comments section. She's okay.
And this is the thing. These old women, it's just like, and I think to myself, wow, these are wives and mothers that raised us. These are the wives and mothers that will raise the next generation of children. Dear God, this is why I think that some women should not have children. Because can you imagine having that level of narcissism? Can you imagine being so narcissistic that you cannot read a tweet about younger women being hotter without taking it personally and crying to me about it? Wow, Pearl, you are just the meanest. Where, I just think it's better that we live in reality and understand that we age. And as we age, we will be valued for different things. Really, in the world, unfortunately, the number one agency that we have is beauty.
Yeah. Well, as a woman, yes, beauty is important for sure. I mean, I know some women that are not beautiful by any extent of the word, but you know what? Final thought here for any woman that I don't know why even you're watching my channel, but if you are, welcome. No matter how good or not so great looking you are, there's a lot, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. My audience is like 95% male for sure. You guys know exactly what I mean. Even if you're not the best looking, if you are fit, thin, stay in shape, work out, and you have a good body, or actually a great body, which most healthy people, both men and women, can have, you will have a much better market value. Let's call it that, okay? And no, this is not me being red pilling anything, just basic common sense. Unless you are very unattractive, extremely unattractive, and there's people that have different faces, like this woman here, you may look a little bit older for your age, right? Just because of the way you are and whatever your face is. But if you have a very good body and you're young, yeah, you're going to be attractive to probably some some men that you would consider high value, like a good guy that is a solid potential a partner, husband that has his shit together. And by that I don't mean like, oh, rich. No, just someone that is reliable, that is attractive enough for what you want, and that, yes, you can have a happy life along with. So yes, and it's really not all that different for women. Women also look at guys and decide if they're attractive to them or not based on looks. And then of course you go past that and it's not all looks. Is this someone that I actually like being with? What has he got to offer in terms of what's on the inside, that famous inside beauty? Well, first of all, it's physical attraction through the eyes. But then there's a damn person, both men and women. Do you like that person? Can you tolerate that person? Or, I mean, there's people that no matter how attractive they are, you just want to slash your wrists in just 30 minutes of being with them. And you could not think of spending your entire life with them, no matter how hot, young, and beautiful they are. Pretty much the same goes for guys. And if not, then there's a you problem there. If you cannot understand that that's a lot more important than only how physically attractive someone is, yeah, you're going wrong about all of this to begin with. Basically, that's it, guys. It's getting harder, so I think I'm going to be doing more of these, especially for the younger guys or the guys that are looking for someone after having had lots of people that got divorced. And man, that's a damn shitty situation to be in, especially when you've reached a certain age. But that's why it's so important to try to get it right the first time. Find someone that is good for you the first time. Don't go whoring around, or even for men, just screwing around like an animal. Have some standards. Doesn't matter if you're a guy, you should still have those. And that's going to be attracting the kind of people that you probably want to have around you. Folks, that's all for now. See you next time. Take care.